So, when you learn to program, I would say it is the best that you start with storytelling. Coding your own first story, it definitely helps you build the key coding blocks and an understanding of how you code. So, things like the need to give instructions to the computer, how on this green flag clicked, you you write some piece of code, and then how do you use different events to manage the different things? For instance, when different backdrops switch over in your story, or when you did receive different kind of messages, like synchronization using message. That is such a key thing which you may not have been thinking about it prior to programming. But once you kind of see it, you will start to notice and observe how events and synchronization happens in a lot of our activities and games, even in the real world. Then you've learned to use different kind of loops, and you start to use your own small functions, right, which is called my blocks in Scratch programming. When you start to create some simple games that are mostly point and click, shoot, so in that case you start to learn the newer kind of blocks, like which involve a lot of different sensing, variables to be used in a little more complex ways using the and conditions, the or conditions. So your logic starts to build. So you use operators and conditions in interesting ways. So now once you have done a few stories and a few simple games, that is the point when I would really encourage you to get to start thinking of making a game that needs some more layers of logic building. It needs your computer to act a little more intelligent. That means you have to build in a little more logic. From all aspects, you will start to advance in your knowledge in terms of how you approach a game. You have to think it through, you have to design it on paper, and then you have to build the logic, you have to troubleshoot a lot more ways, you have to maybe talk to more people to understand how it is done. The reason I'm saying all this is because I have seen how children suddenly are perplexed as they come to game building. You haven't seen the importance of designing a game. So you have played a lot of games yourself. So you think you can just code one, right? But games can be fairly unintuitive. So, in the sense, what requires from a logic perspective, when you play them, it's a different level of thinking, and when you make them, there is that plus a lot more. So, I see children end up discarding the idea of creating a game or leave it midway or just kind of think it's too hard. So we're going to look at how to create a board game in terms of break it up into different components, how to do the layout, rules, identify how next move is played, when is the game won or lost, because all this is going to need corresponding coding logic. With this, you will be able to design each step and then see how to code it. You will see that doing this step by step, just the way the repeat loop works, will really help you do this incrementally. One thing which you have to understand that it is going to be about think, design, code, fix bugs, think some more, redesign, code some more. And you will need to ask for help at times, and that is absolutely okay. That is a part of the learning process, and we are there to mentor and guide you to help create and code your stories and games.